everybody, and welcome to the United Stand. Sorry I'm a little bit late. United Stand trials, back from London, and it's my birthday. So, look, you've got a live show. We're always going to give you a live show on a Sunday night. So I hope you're doing very, very well. Lots to discuss, lots of little treats for you, even though it's my birthday. I've got lots of little treats for you. Got a little bit of drone footage from the trials. I've also got this little thing as well that a lot of people might be quite interested in. The United Stand kits. There's not many of these actually in circulation at the moment. I don't even know how much I can show you, but this is my own personal one. Got my favourite number on the back, which might be a hint of what my age is. But there you go. More of those later on in the week. But let's start off. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United, Barcelona. Massive game for United. And look, I think there's a little bit of negativity, but I think today I felt a change as well. I felt a change. Thanks for all the happy birthday messages. We'll come back to that in the end because there's a little present you could give me, which is part of my next Goldbridge challenge, which we'll talk about that in a minute. I've got the little drone footage, which you're going to love as well. But I want to get into United a little bit first because there's loads and loads to talk about. So, I've noticed a lot of people sort of like, oh, look, Wolves fans don't like me at the moment. I said that they parked the bus against the top six and they deserve to beat us, but they're part of the bus merchants. I laughed that they've been knocked out by Watford. I don't care. Worth for Wolves, worth for Goldbridge. But no, seriously, they beat us twice. They can ridicule us. I'm happy they lost to Watford. But today I felt that things changed a bit for United. There's this fear about Barcelona. Look, Barcelona have got the best player in the world, arguably, Lionel Messi. And they're a very, very good team. They're going to win La Liga again. And they've got loads of money and they're a very well established club and they are the favourites. But am I worried about Barcelona as much as I was about PSG? No, I'm not. I think United are in a bad vein of form at the moment, but we've got the right man in charge. And I look at that Barcelona team and I listen to what their manager said. And he said, look, the thing I think that we fear about Manchester United is the power. They're a very powerful team that presses you. And I've watched Barcelona play a few teams this side. And this is not the preview. This is not the preview for the game at all. It's just a little bit of a... Because we are 3 days away from a massive game and I can't wait. And I'm sure you're all excited as well. But I just think, have a little bit of confidence. Let's have a bit of... Let's be a bit united and excited and let's have it. I mean, at the end of the day... Does anyone expect us to beat Barcelona again? No. Does anyone think we're going to win the Champions League? No. Perminder Dillon says United for 2020. Look, Manchester United are underdogs in this game. Fine, not bothered. But I think a lot of people are writing it off before it's even happened again. I watched Barcelona play Spurs at Wembley. Forget the one at the Nou Camp because they did rest players. But I watched Barcelona play Spurs at Wembley back in the autumn. And they did win. And they were good. And I think this Barcelona team has sort of moved away a little bit from the tiki-taka shit that I hate. And they have started to mix it up. They can be a bit physical. They will put the ball in the box. But Spurs had a good game against them. And Spurs were a bit crap that night. So, and Barcelona can be got at. They are one of the best teams in the world. They are one of the favourites for the Champions League. We're not in that category yet. But if United turn up and do what they can do and play the right team... We can give them a game. And I'm not writing it off. I'm not writing it off. And I think Barcelona are right to be scared of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United if the real team turns up. And the real team would be, for me, everyone's got to play like they have done for the first 3 months. But if you've got Pogba, Matic, Herrera playing well, and that's a big if, I look at Barcelona's midfield. Busquets, well, he's a good midfielder, but he's coming towards the end of his career. Rakitic... I think Rakitic is overrated. Not in the sense that he's a good midfielder. He's a very good midfielder. If he scores 2 goals on Wednesday, that's not me taking an L. I just don't think Rakitic on his day is better than Pogba on his day. And then as for Arthur, or whatever he's called, Arthur, call him whatever you want. Good player, but again, I think if Herrera's on his game, it's not what I'm trying to say is, most times you win the midfield battle, you win a game. Our midfield, if it plays as well as it has done in like January, February time, we can dominate that Barcelona midfield. We can. I firmly believe it. And people will say you're an idiot, and maybe I am, but I think that we can do. We've got good players. The problem is they're not playing particularly well. And then you look at if we get Lingard, Rashford and Martial playing well. Again, it's a big if. They're not playing well at the moment. Well, look at Barcelona's defence. I mean, Longley, Umtiti, PK, you can get at them. Pace can get at them. And their fullbacks are okay, but again, we can cause them problems. Of course, we know they're going to cause us problems. I'm not even going to talk about their attack. You've got Ashley Young in defence, Smalling in defence. I'm sorry, Messi against the best defence in the world can cause a problem. But It's not. I don't think you can try and. I think back to the Champions League semi-final in 2008 when it was 0-0 and 1-0 at Old Trafford. That's not going to happen. We're not good enough to keep 2 clean sheets against Barcelona. But if our midfield and our attack perform, and we've got that home leg, I just think bring it on. And I think people are writing us off way too soon. Way too soon in that game. Rakitic isn't overrated, says Andrew Ellis. Look, Andrew, please listen to what I said. What I said is that I think people think Rakitic is like the best player on the pitch in this midfield battle, and I don't think he is. I think Paul Pogba on his day is a better player than Rakitic. I just feel, and maybe I've misread that, Andrew, and I apologise if I have. Well, I just think what's happened in the last couple of games is all this positivity of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and all this positivity around this United team has gone in the cat litter tray, and everyone's just covered it up. They've covered the pile of turd up, and they're pretending it didn't happen, and we can smell it. You know, people are still stinking the place up with negativity. And look, it wasn't good enough against Wolves. We weren't very good against Watford. We weren't very good against Wolves in the Cup. But actually, Arsenal game that we lost, I thought we played quite well. All the games before that, we played really well. We've played well more than we've played badly. We're just in a bad blip at the moment. If United play to the best of their ability, we all know we've got to buy players. We all know we can be far better than we are. But actually, this team that Solskjaer's got can, on its day, perform. And if they perform against Barcelona, I think people are rewriting history about this Barcelona team. They haven't written any history yet. They haven't won the Champions League as this team yet. And I don't think they're even favourites to win the Champions League. If they get through us, I think Liverpool could beat them. I think Man City can beat them. So why can't we? That's what I'm saying. This is really a statement to those people who are just writing us off, being ridiculously negative. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And maybe I'll get proved wrong. Maybe we will get beat, but I don't care. I support Manchester United. I'm not having this negativity. Let's have it. Let's go for it. Let's see what we can do. Because I'm not having my team being downtrodden by United fans who are just being negative for God knows what reason. You're going to lose games. Talking about Arsenal, where is all this? We're the kings of North London. We're going to get top 4. You know, you haven't even gone back into the Emmerdale Cup yet. You've not even experienced the latter stages of the Emmerdale Cup, playing on a Thursday, having to play on a Sunday or Monday, then playing a Thursday again. They've got Napoli. I think they've got Watford away, then they've got Napoli again. They haven't even played in the Emmerdale Cup yet, and they've still dropped 3 points today away to Everton. They're the only club in the Premier League that's got no clean sheets. They literally shit themselves away from home, and they've dropped 3 points today, which annoys me a little bit, because if we'd beaten Wolves like we should have done in midweek, I think we'd be in 3rd place outright, with everyone having played the same amount of games. So, look, that Wolves game's hurts, but I don't think it's the nightmare scenario people are trying to turn it into. We've got to try and be positive. If we go and play Barcelona on Wednesday night and we get beat 6-0, you know I'll be there saying there's a big problem with that club. But this is an opportunity for this club to respond to it, and these players to respond to it, and we've got to give them that opportunity. And I hope that they will. I really hope that they will. But the race for top 4 is interesting. I was really encouraged by Arsenal losing today. Fair play to Everton. Remember, we've got to go to Everton as well. And the thing is, Arsenal they've played Everton, they've lost. They've got to play Leicester away, Wolves away, Watford away. Everton, Wolves, Watford, Leicester are all fighting for 7th place, which sounds stupid, but actually it's a lot of money, and it could be a Europa League place, and they're all really close together. Normally, you don't want to be playing teams down the bottom in the closing weeks of the season, but they're all pretty much relegated, so you don't really want to be playing those sort of teams. And I think you know, Arsenal dropping points today makes it very interesting, so I was good about that. Hannibal Wolf says, congratulations on the birthday. You still look like 1 on 28. Thanks, pal. Although someone today did tell me I looked like I was 45 at the trials. I think it was a slip of the tongue. And I said, well, that's a slip in my fist around your face. No, I'm only joking. I don't condone violence. But don't say I'm 45. Welcome to Carlos Hernandez, who is the latest member of the United Stand membership club. Remember, you can join through the join button or the link in the video description. Oh, I'll just tell you very quickly. There's so much to talk about tonight. I want to talk about Director of Football. I want to talk about Lukaku, and I want to talk about Herrera and Idrissa Gueye a little bit as well. But what I want to just say is, in relation to this Barcelona game, be excited about it. Don't be negative about it. Be excited about it. Let's see what happens. Welcome, Shijar Sandeep, our latest member. I have to read these out because they're new members and it flashes up in the live comments. But welcome. Get your old badge next to your name and your emojis. How long are we going to keep waiting for Paul Pogba to be on his day, says Bayan1. You see, thanks for the contribution, but I think that's a bit unfair. I think there's too... You know what? I will fight this. Let me just have a sip of water because I've got a tickly throat. I am going to fight this because look, I'm opinionated like you all are as well, but I think sometimes we delve from one extreme to the other, and I always try to operate in the middle land. And we were all talking about winning the Champions League after PSG. We're all talking about cruising into third place. We lose a couple of games, we play badly, and everyone's like, we're not getting top four, and we're going to get embarrassed by Barcelona. Of course, the truth is always not high up there with the ridiculous expectations, and it's not down there with the moaners. It's somewhere in the middle. Maybe we won't get top four, but maybe we'll get close. Maybe we will get beat by Barcelona, but we won't get smashed. Or maybe we'll just get through, and maybe we will make top four. Who knows? We've got to be positive. We've got to hope. And look, Paul Pogba's got to perform on Wednesday, but I think it's the sort of game that United do perform in. I think United struggle when they're going away to Newcastle or Huddersfield or Wolves. I think in these big games, they tend to do quite well. But the great thing about Wednesday is we're terrible at home. Can we get through that home voodoo? Because if you can do it against Barcelona, you can do it against anybody. Zane Scope says, I think Barcelona will be at their strongest if we sit back. We have to press them. Well, that's what Ollie wants to do, and that's what we need to do. And man with a GoPro, what if Herrera plays the best games of his life in the 2 legs and then gets the new contract? So sad that he's going. We can beat Barcelona. I need to say something about Herrera. We'll come to him next. But can I just say, everybody, please subscribe to the channel if you're new, because we're getting very close to 413,000 subscribers. We're only 30 away. But a lot of people have been saying happy birthday to me. I don't normally do this sort of thing, but I'm going to do a bit of a birthday challenge. I've got my own YouTube channel, Mark Goldbridge channel. I don't talk about football on there. I talk about life things like, things that annoy me, things that are topical. There's a link in the video description to my channel. I think I've got 38,500 subscribers. There's 5,000 people watching this. We'll probably get 50,000 people watching the video altogether. If 10% of you click that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, I should get into 39,000 subscribers in the next 24 hours, maybe even 40,000 subscribers. And I'll tell you what, if I get into 39,000 or 40,000 subscribers, that will be indicative of my birthday. So it'll be a nice birthday treat from you lot. So please do subscribe to that channel. The link is in the video description. It's the Goldbridge birthday channel. Challenge, and yeah, let's see if we can get me to 39,000 subscribers or 40,000 subscribers. One of those is my age, and that can be your little birthday treat for me. So thanks for everybody for that. But let's talk about Herrera a moment, and then I'm going to show you some drone footage as my little gift to you. You see, you give to me, I give to you, to me. But I've already given you a glimpse of the new United stand kit as well, but you'll get another one in a minute. New member, welcome to Zane Scope. Welcome, pal. Thanks for that. And a few of you saying you've already subscribed. Look, there was something today that I got quite encouraged by, quite happy by, and that was that PSG are thinking of dropping their interest in Ander Herrera and moving for Idrissa Gueye from Everton. Idrissa Gueye tried to force a move from Everton to PSG in the summer, and I think it'd be a good signing for PSG. But there is now this link that PSG may drop their interest in Ander Herrera to go and get Idrissa Gueye. They'll have to spend money on Idrissa Gueye. I think they'd have to spend about 25-30 million pounds. They don't have to do that on Ander Herrera. But my initial reaction to that was, great. If PSG don't pay Herrera this money, then who else is going to pay him that money? And maybe he will stay at Manchester United. But I mentioned this to somebody when I was just out there, and they were like, I want Herrera to go. He's not good enough. And I suppose that's the divider, isn't it? I just wanted to see what your opinion on that was. We've had a new member as well, which is Robert Bostock. Welcome, Robert. But I would be very, very happy if we did sign, if Ander Herrera did stay. I still think that he's a very important player to Manchester United. I agree with Andreas Baller that Herrera is better than Idrissa Gueye. I know that Ander Herrera is, well, he's not 30 until August. There's this myth that he's 30. He's not 30 till August. And I think Ander Herrera can give us a good couple of years. I don't think United are going to sign 2 midfielders anyway. I think even if Herrera goes, we'll only sign 1. So I'd rather keep Herrera and buy a midfielder. But I would be encouraged by that, and I would agree with Dalia Al-Assad, who says Herrera should be kept, definitely. Just Jackless says, welcome to every new United stand member, and thank you for supporting. That's one of our moderators. Thanks, Jack. And happy birthday, pal, says Rashan. Right, let me just plug my earpiece in because a few people are asking for this. So, I've had a very busy day today. There's lots and lots for me to talk to you about United related, but I just want to show you this because a lot of you are interested in the United Stand FC journey. We've got some videos coming up for you in the next couple of weeks, but I do want to just play you this. A bit like, if anyone's ever seen the film Lord of the Rings, when they're trapped in Moria and Sean Bean's character says they've got themselves a cave troll. Well, we've got ourselves a drone, and watch out for me. I'll try and shout out when I come on, but this is from today's footage. So that's obviously very, very high up. Right, there. Look outside the dugout. You can see somebody holding something in the under their arm, white. That's Goldbridge with his clipboard. That's me. There I am. The one holding something white, stood near the halfway line. That's me. Anyway, there you go. I'll play the rest now. So this drone footage is going to be great when we start playing proper games. Today was just 11 against 11. The final trial, really. One was in the away kit and one was in the home kit. I think it finished 6-2 to the Reds, if I'm right. I hope I'm not doing disservice to the players in the black. But yeah, very, very good day. And the drone made its debut, which was absolutely fantastic. The truth is, nobody in La Liga will pay Herrera more than 70k a week. He should be happy with 170k a week, says Baz 1. And George Kyle says, there's me, bottom right. George was there. And can't wait until Wednesday, back home to Old Trafford, says Noel. Liam Grogan says he's clapping there. Yep. Fantastic footage, Mark, says Ryan Shutter. Yeah, the drone footage will be really, really good. But that'll be out in a little bit of time. I just wanted to show you a little bit about that. Anyway, let's talk about the director of football for a moment. So, Eric van der Sar. Edwin van der Sar has been speaking about the possibility of becoming the director of football at Manchester United. He's currently working in a similar role for Ajax, and I think a lot of people would quite like him. I think we're going to go internal. I think we're going to appoint somebody internal. But he basically said that obviously Manchester United would be a very interesting job for him, and left the door open, but he doesn't expect to be leaving Ajax anytime soon. So director of football there, a little bit of an update on that one. I also wanted to just mention something as well. Some of you will be interested in this, some of you will be irritated by this, but it was some footage I was asked to look at in relation. I think it was I forget who it was who sent it me. I'm really sorry actually, but it was about Jose Mourinho. He gets paid a lot of money to go and speak nonsense on beIN Sports with the presenter of Nonsense, Richard Keys. But Richard Keys asked him a question along the lines of Gary Neville, quite rightly, I think, had said that United never again should appoint a manager who doesn't have the philosophy of Manchester United. Barcelona have a philosophy in the way they want to play, and every manager that comes in adheres to that philosophy. So Mourinho was asked a question about it, and he said, well, Gary Neville doesn't know what my philosophy is, and sort of hinting that he would play a good brand of football. But he buried himself, as he always does, with his little trying to be clever rhymes, because he said, look at Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. That team that he started with at Liverpool and what the team he's got now going for a title is very, very different, because he's had a lot of money spent on him. He's had a lot of patience. He's had a lot of trust. And now, 3 and a bit years later, they're potentially going to win the league. And I'll end this off very, very quickly. The reason Jurgen Klopp has had a lot of patience and trust by the Liverpool fan base is because from day one, Jurgen Klopp was passionate and plays a brand of football that befits Liverpool. Mourinho, you had 2.5 years, you did have money, you did change the team quite a lot from the team you inherited, but you consistently played shit football. You're living in a dreamland, mate. Stop throwing stones at people trying to act the victim. You know what? If you were living on a bloody desert island and, you know, somebody'd wiped your brain and you're on a desert island with 22 players and they say, can you coach us? And a book lands in your lap and the only tactic in that football book is attacking passionate, fast football, you'd still send them out to play part of the bus football because that's what you do. And that's why he got sacked at United. You will never, ever, ever, no matter how much money you've got, you will never be a fast-flowing, modern-day football manager. And that's why you failed at Manchester United. And that's why Gary Neville's right. Welcome to RV Stiggan, our newest member there. And also, just let me add you this. This will make you feel happy. Ian Dark, who is like a bit of a presenter stroke commentator, does a bit on BT and ESPN Sports. He was saying this morning that Alexis Sánchez is now regretting, reports that he's regretting not going to City over United. And he even said himself, he's not the only one. I think people at United feel like that as well. I mean, there's lots of things around Alexis Sánchez not integrating himself, being moody, being only up his own backside, and that's just from Arsenal. That's just from his days at Arsenal, let alone at United. But I'm sure he does regret coming to United over City. But don't regret it like if you'd gone to City, you'd be a decent player, mate. The reason you've been a flop for 12 months at United, well, actually 15 months now, is because you're crap. It's nothing to do with Mourinho. Like, remember when Mourinho got sacked and Alexis Sánchez drove into Old Trafford with his Instagram music, like really pleased? Everyone else's game, even Matic, who loved Mourinho, suddenly became a great player under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for a few weeks. Sánchez was like, everyone was like, oh, Mourinho's been ruining him. We're going to get the real Sánchez now. He actually got worse. So Alexis Sánchez can regret coming to Man City, coming to United all he likes. But it's not like if you'd gone and played for Pep, you'd be a decent footballer, mate. You're just crap. That's your problem. And wherever you go, everyone would be saying the same. You're done. You're absolutely done at the top level. And I wish you'd gone to Man City as well. I really do. Because I don't think Man City would be having the season they're having if they were having to give you game time because you were the best paid player in the league. You'd drag them down. Liverpool would be walking away with the league if you were at Man City, mate. So, up yours. Lukaku is the next one I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of talk about Lukaku. We sort of touched about it last night a little bit. And we will be doing KTK. Remind me about trials next season. I'll talk about that in a minute. But Lukaku, I spoke about it last night, how his representatives had said he likes Italy and he likes the idea of going and playing in different countries because he's a culture vulture, and that's great. I think it's a bit wrong to be doing that when you're a Manchester United player. As I said last night, Manchester United, we're no normal football club. We're a way of life. We matter, and I don't really like players in our club talking about their next move. I think it's disrespectful and wrong, and you can sod off. Unfortunately, in Lukaku's case, he's a player who would sell anyway. But to twist it around a bit, I wanted to say about Romelu Lukaku that I said this a few weeks ago. People say, oh, let's keep Lukaku. He's a good bench player. He's a good player when Rashford's not playing well. He's a good backup. I don't disagree with any of those things, but Romelu Lukaku thinks he's one of the best strikers in the world. And I ain't got a problem with that. I think every striker needs a selfish element and they need true self-belief, because I never really used to play up front, but when I did, every now and again, if you miss a chance, you've got to believe you're going to score the next chance, because if you're down tools and don't believe in yourself, you may as well not take the shot. So I like that confidence in Lukaku, even though he's very naive. But what I would say about Lukaku is he does believe that, and he will know, as many of us know, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's best team, if everyone's performing, is Rashford number 9. So Lukaku is not the first choice number 9 at Manchester United. And if he's not the first choice number 9 at Manchester United, I believe that Romelu Lukaku will angle a move out of Manchester United. Because the one thing Romelu Lukaku wants is to be playing regular first team football. And if we can't offer him that, it doesn't matter what you lot think about, I want him to stay because I want him to be our backup, I want him to be our bench striker. I don't think he'll be happy with that. And I think that maybe is what we're starting to see here, is Lukaku and his representatives starting to put the feelers out for a move this summer. And I'm not opposed to that. If we can get a decent price for him, I'm not opposed to it at all. It would be another player that we'd have to bring in as well. Or would we? As I said before, if Lukaku went for 60 million, because I'd take 60 million for him, and you spent maybe 40 of that on Ryan Sessegnon, who can play left back and left wing, and then Martial becomes sort of your left winger but can play up front if there is an issue, you've got fluidity and you've got good players. So we don't necessarily have to replace Lukaku. But I think he's starting to... I think unless Romelu Lukaku is going to be our first choice number 9, which I don't want him to be anyway because of the obvious limitations, he needs 3 chances to score 1. His build-up play is very, very poor. So I don't want him to be our starter anyway. But unless he's our starter, I think he will be looking to get a move. And I don't think it's a decision United want. I think United would like him to stay. But I think he believes he's one of the best strikers in the world. And I think he wants to play regular first-team football. And maybe we can't give him that. And that's what's happening there. So that'd be interesting. Adil Dikat says, Arsenal lost today, so top 4 is wide open again. I think if Arsenal had beaten Everton today, it would have been a little bit difficult for us. But I think it is wide open now. But we've got to start playing well. We've got to start playing well. And what better opportunity than Barcelona at home on Wednesday night? Really, really excited about it. Can't wait. Sorry for the yawn. It's the height of rudeness when you are live streaming. But I have driven down to the trials today, and then I've just been out for a meal, and it's been a very busy weekend, birthday weekend and all that. But I love doing the show, so I'm glad we've got lots of people getting involved. Talking of which, welcome Gary Dunscombe, the latest member of the United Stand membership club. Just to reiterate what that is, by the way, if you join it, you get your name in green, you get your little United Stand FC badge for the first month, and every month you're a member, your badge becomes better, essentially, all the way up to platinum with 3 stars. So that's one thing. You also get access to our exclusive emojis as well, and on the homepage there's a community tab where we're putting in exclusive little polls and things like that for members to get involved in. But as I said before, the link's in the video description for that, or the join page. It's just another way to integrate yourself in this amazing community that we have. Talking of which, one of our members, Arv Stiggan, says, happy birthday. Thank you very much, mate. And thanks for the contribution, James Tucker. The famous Sunday night show, says Ryan McSquiggan. Look, this is where it all started, Ryan, isn't it? It amazes me to think that 4 years ago, the only content on the United Stand channel was 8 o'clock on a Sunday night, unless there was a game and then they did a match reaction. Sometimes just 2 videos a week, 8 o'clock Sunday night and a match reaction, and sometimes a match preview. And now, look at it. Ultimate Drizzy says, Mark is an April baby. I'm also waiting for the 14th of April. Happy birthday, mate. Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. As I said, there's my little treat for you. The first United Stand visual look for our viewers of the United Stand shirt. It's not sweaty, this is mine, but they were playing in it today, and you can see there. I don't want to show it all because I just want to give glimpses, but the number on the back you can see is 39. It's not a plea to Scott McTominay for forgiveness. 39's always been my number. It's just a coincidence that a player I don't think's that's good that is that good wears it for United, but I ain't changing. It is 39 for me. We've come very far together, Ryan. Exactly. Welcome, Will Rees, our latest member of the club, and Sherjit Das. Everyone who's saying happy birthday, I hope you saw the drain footage. I've done a sort of Goldbridge subscriber challenge. I never do this sort of thing. My kids watch stuff on YouTube, and I'll be listening in there and again, and they'll stop the video and go, right, we're doing a subscriber challenge. Everybody click subscribe for the next 30 seconds. It's just weird. But because I've got 38,500 subscribers on my personal channel, and because my age is 39 or 40 now, as a little gift to me, I'm just saying, please click the link in the video description that says subscribe to the Mark Goldbridge channel. And it would be great if because there's still a few hours left, if I hit my birthday today, 39,000 or 40,000. So if everybody who's watching this show just goes and clicks subscribe to my channel, it should happen. I'm not going to tell you whether I'm 39 or 40 today, but yeah, that would be your little treat to me. So link in the video description, that subscribe to my personal channel. There's no football on there, but people who watch that channel, it's becoming a little bit of a cult thing. I do a weekly podcast, and I do Going for Goldbridge, where people ask me questions and I'll answer them. And I do a podcast which is all about topical things. We've spoken about all sorts on there. So join it. I really enjoy it. What else, Mark? Mark spent an entire week going in on management because they didn't pay Herrera. Now he might stay, says an old brownie. Well, yeah, and I still agree with that. I still agree with that. Hello to Jamaica, says David Pinnock. Say hello to Jamaica. I will do. Mad Marcus says I'm 49. You've let the cat out of the badge now. And Vid It, with the comment of the night, says, Mark, if you actually are 40, you don't look anything like it. Which is probably the most accurate statement I've ever read in my life. And I've read War and Peace. Alexi was on pier walking his dogs about an hour ago, like 30 minutes from me, says Aaron Bell. The interesting thing about Alexis Sánchez is he's probably going to be back fit very, very soon. And then he becomes a problem for United again, doesn't he? So, I don't know. I'm not 49, by the way. I must kill that rumour. 100%. We've hit 413,000 subscribers while we're live. So the birthday presents are coming in now. Absolutely fantastic. Apparently, Paul Adams says you're 300 followers away from 39,000 subscribers on your channel. Get subscribing to my channel. Links in the video description. If you like me and you want to give me a birthday treat, subscribe to my channel. The link's in the video description. Still love you, Mark. Happy birthday, says an old brownie. Well, it's nice. I think it's nice when it's nice like this. But I go back to what I said. We've got a great community on the United Stand, by the way. I've always said that. But what I really want to come back to is I think there's too much negativity around United at the moment. We've got the right man as our manager. We've got problems upstairs. We know that. And we know the team are playing a bit shit at the moment, let's be honest. But we've got this massive game on Wednesday night. We're playing Barcelona in the Champions League quarter-final. None of us thought we were going to get that when we played PSG. That night in Paris, none of us thought we were going to get this. This is a bonus. This is a gift. This is everybody's birthday on Wednesday night. This is an absolute gift. We should be happy about it, not concerned about it. Think about it. If we'd lost in PSG like we thought we were going to do, in Paris, we wouldn't have played at the weekend because we got knocked out by them. We wouldn't have had a game for like 10 days because we would have played Wolves on Tuesday and our next game would have been West Ham next Saturday. Wednesday is an absolute bonus and the next Tuesday after that. 2 games against Barcelona to gauge where we're at, to test Ole Gunnar Solskjaer against one of the best teams in the world. I'm so excited about it. And I don't want this negativity because negativity will find you anyway. Even if you don't want it, negativity will find you if the results are bad. We've lost to Wolves. We shouldn't have lost to Wolves. We made mistakes. We lost to Wolves in the FA Cup. We were poor. We lost to Arsenal. We weren't very good against Watford when we beat them. But we got this massive game on Wednesday night. We've got a really exciting run of games. Every 3 or 4 days we've got games after this one. And we need to be positive. This is what a fan base is all about. Most of us want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be the manager. Most of us will back that team if they perform. Of course it's on them, but let's get a bit of excitement. Let's get a bit of positivity. Let's not be negative before the games even run. And that's the main thing. It's a bit like what I say about Arsenal fans, isn't it? Last week they were giving it the big one. I always say to Arsenal fans, you always do the same thing. You pop the champagne corks, you're clapping yourselves on the back, and the race isn't even run. And they were doing it. Oh, we're the king of North London. We're the kings of North London. Sit down, Spurs. Who's above them tonight? Spurs. Spurs are above them tonight. Who's in trouble now in the race for top 4? Arsenal. They still might do it, but they're in trouble. They've lost the first of their 5 away games against Everton, and they've still got to go to Wolves, Watford, Leicester and Burnley. And they're in the Emmerdale Cup. I think if they'd won today as well, they might have been a little bit less focused on the Europa Cup, but now they'll realise they might need to win the Europa Cup, so they're going to have to go for both. And I've always said this, and you look at United as well, you cannot do top 4 and win the Europa League. You can't put your eggs in both baskets. You've got to go in one, and that's going to be interesting because if you try and do both, you could end up with neither. And it's the same for Chelsea as well, so we've got to wait and see. Chloe Jenkins says, Mark, did you know Wan-Bissaka has more tackle completions of any fullback this season in the Premier League? Chloe, did you know that I don't really give a shit about stats? But I like you, Chloe, because you come out with a lot of good stuff. But I don't really care about stats. I'm not. The only stats I care about is the score. I think possession stats are ridiculous. You can have a team with 70% possession and they can be the most boring team in the world. Shots on target, again, you could be shooting from long distance. So there's not many stats that really grab me attention, if I'm honest. And should we sign Delafou, says Phil Mitchell? No. Mark, I'm a Liverpool fan, but love your content and watch along, says Adam Parks. Look, I think we get a lot of people who watch this channel who aren't United fans because the community is so good. The way we talk about football is so good. And also, like when we lost to Wolves on Tuesday, somehow I managed to make Wolves fans take the L, even though United did, because the way we do things on this channel as a community and me individually and Flex and everybody else is, if we lose, we're at the front of the queue to criticise, because we know more than anything where it's gone wrong. So I'm never really bothered about banter. We'll be honest, we're self-reflectors in where it's gone wrong, and that's what it's all about. So keep it up. But I think we need to be a little bit more positive at the moment. I really do. Look, even if we did lose 6-0 to Barcelona, I'm sure everyone will take the piss, but we're not a team that's fought for a title for 6 years. We've been nowhere near a Champions League for 6 years. Barcelona are winning league titles at home in Spain. They're always in the last stage of the Champions League. Why would it be a surprise if they beat Manchester United? Manchester United are a big name with a big fan base. We're not a big football team at the moment. That's what we're trying to get back to being. But I don't think we will get smashed. But we are the underdogs. But I want to go into it positively because it's just a bonus for me. It's a bonus for me. Somebody was trying to take the piss out of me today. They were saying, oh, look at the way you reacted to beating PSG and you're going to get smashed by Barcelona. I'm like, look, I'm fully aware of where Manchester United are at the moment. We're not in a title race. I wish we were. We're not. We're nowhere near it. We're not probably going to win the Champions League. I wish we would. We're nowhere near it. I'm happy to celebrate knocking PSG out to get that massive game of a Champions League quarter-final because, to be honest, they're quite rare at the moment. I'll celebrate the level we're at. I'll celebrate if we get fourth because that's our level at the moment. I'm not shy or ashamed to do that. But what I will say is you can mock us, you can banter us, you can be Arsenal fans, Wolves fans, whoever. But don't ever try and pretend that you're as big a club as us because we're one of the biggest clubs in the world. We've got the biggest fan base, we're the biggest club. But that doesn't always mean you're the best team. And we're not the best team at the moment and we're nowhere near we should be. But Manchester United crap all over most clubs in world football. And that will never change. But I'm more than happy to say, at the moment, well, I'm not happy, but I know where we are. And that's why the work is still there to be done. And that's what Ali said himself. How about Samuel Chukwueze as our right midfielder, right winger this summer, says Toby Ajibola. And the press are trying to disrupt our camp. Let's stay united, says Wellington Goramino. I think they are. And this is where this is how the British press works, by the way. They build somebody up, they get bored, and they cut them down. And it's worse in football. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was this great thing. Then he gets given, oh, when's he going to get the job? When's he going to get the job? Oh, he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. When's he going to get the job? That's all we've heard from the media for 3 months. Gets the job. Oh, that's boring now. He's got the job. Oh, he's lost 2 games. Oh, he shouldn't have got the job. He shouldn't have got a job. And that's exactly how the English media works. And that's what's happening. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. I'm still doing FIFA career, by the way, youngs, but I've just been struggling with my throat at the moment. So I'm just... and it's such an important stage of my FIFA career mode that I think I've got Man City and Liverpool and I'm 5 points clear at the top from Man City. So I've got to be on the game when I do that, but probably tomorrow or Tuesday. Anyway, look, thanks everyone who's watched tonight. Nice little birthday thing. I'm going to get off a little bit earlier tonight because I've got a little thing planned with my wife. Nothing like that. You're filth. You're absolute filth. Line of duty and a glass of champers. That'll do me. But thanks everyone for watching. Please do smash a like on the video. I hope you enjoyed the drone video of what we were doing today, football trials. So shout out to Josh. As you can see, there is the United Stand shirts, and I'll show you the badge there close up. They're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. But more of that later in the week. Just a little glimpse for you lot. And help me with my birthday challenge. Link in the video description. The Mark Goldbridge channel. Some of you may never have heard of it before. It's my own personal channel. If you've never heard of it before, go and watch some of the stuff. You'll bloody love it. You'll be like, I didn't even know this existed. But I was on 38,500 subscribers today. And for a birthday challenge, I'm trying to get up to the number of my age today. So I want to get to 39,000 or 40,000 subscribers. Because I'm either 39 or 40 today. So please, please, please go and subscribe to that channel. And I'll take that as your birthday present to me. Thanks everyone for watching. Link in the video description for that. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's work towards that Barcelona thing.